I know a trans woman who has had her downstairs done. With these men, she has done everything that there is to do, and the men didn't know.
Hey, so this is incredibly creepy. We're going to check in with the unhinged corner of the LGBT community on TikTok, or as I call them, the Wi-Fi password movement, from the perspective of a normal gay guy who hasn't quite lost his marbles yet. In this bonus episode of the Brad vs. Everyone podcast, my daily show where we take on the craziest ideas from across the internet, our media, and our politics, all from an independent perspective. Up first, we have this lovely, extremely ladylike individual from TikTok, Lilly Tino, explaining something that, warning guys, this is creepy.
I know a trans woman who has had her downstairs done, and she's told me about dates that she's gone on with men. With these men, she has done everything that there is to do, and the men didn't know. First and foremost, that is a testament to modern medicine that it's even possible for that to happen. But it's also an interesting quandary because at that point, what are you even really disclosing? What is there to disclose? There's no deception. When you're dating someone, you don't have to disclose every single thing about yourself up front. That's the fun of it. You get to learn about someone new. If you're in a relationship with someone for long enough, of course it's going to come up, probably sooner rather than later. When you trust someone, you can tell them. I personally put it on my dating profile, but not everyone does, and that's okay. Our transness is not the only thing that defines us.
So I'm not going to hold your hand when I say this. In fact, I'm probably going to keep at least a 10-foot distance, but this is incredibly rapey. This is incredibly creepy and predatorial. It's not normal and not okay to deceive people into intimate relations. And you should not be promoting that to millions of people on TikTok as if that's a perfectly fine and dandy, acceptable practice. It's not. It's actually incredibly relevant that you are, if you're a trans woman, born biologically male, and it's something that a lot of potential partners would not be comfortable with if they knew. Some still would, and if you tell them and you're in a consensual relationship, like, amazing. Great for y'all. But if you don't tell them, if you withhold that crucial information, many of them will feel tricked or betrayed or wouldn't have agreed to do it or to move forward with this relationship if they knew that knowledge. So it is creepy and sinister to withhold that knowledge. It's always deeply, I think, problematic to lie to people or trick them into intimate relations, but especially so when what you're talking about is like the very foundations of sexuality, which is biology, not identity, not how you feel inside, that you're tricking them about. That's not okay, and I can't believe I even have to explain that. It's also really bad advice to give to trans people, trans women in particular, because nothing justifies violence, to be clear. But if you trick men and they find out after the fact, you are putting yourself in a situation where violence or crimes may be committed against you. And I don't want that for anyone, but it's just like a common logical next step of what might happen if you put yourself in that situation. So you are giving people what not only is what you're doing immoral, but you are also giving people advice that if they follow it may make them unsafe. That's terrible in every single way imaginable. But hey, at least you got your 1.5 million views to fund your next trip to a restaurant where you can terrorize innocent waiters who call you sir.
Guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
It's remarkable to me that even the comment section on TikTok, which is like probably the most left-wing and woke of any social media platform, totally disagreed with Lilly on this. Absolutely not. I'm fully supportive of the trans community, and I have a psychology degree myself. You are harming the trans community by saying things like this. You should always disclose this. Non-disclosure is non-consent. Hope this helps. You absolutely should not lie to a prospective partner. Transparency from the start is key. Very weird take. That's absolutely not okay. What happens when that person eventually finds out and harms the trans person for lying to them? There's absolutely no point in lying. It is deceptive. This is such a good point. What is the point in lying? What is being achieved? Because if you disclose to a person and they're interested, then you can move forward. But if you disclose to a person and they're not interested, then in absence of that disclosure, you would be engaging in an act An intimate act with somebody who you knew, if they knew the truth about you, wouldn't want to be with you. That's not normal to want that. That's predatory to want that. And frankly, everything about this video is just giving a bouquet of red flags. But that makes it, sadly, par for the course for this particular creator, Lilly Tino, who is a plague on the LGBT community and the trans community in particular. What do y'all think? Can you believe people actually think that's okay? Let me know in the comments and hit that like button to reward my suffering.